How many of you have heard that one of the things to getting rich is understanding that you grew up in an environment where you're made to feel guilty about being rich? Or you were told you would never have any money, you were never good enough. Some of this is true. But it's also what I would describe as over-taught. People reference this all too often. That because your environment was one of lack, that you instinctively lack. That you instinctively believe you can't have it, you're not good enough. And that does play a serious part in your belief system. But a bigger part, certainly in my opinion, and I'm definitely up to debate this with anyone, is really what it's to do with is skill sets. Because typically, if you grew up in an environment where there were no serious money makers, there were no entrepreneurs, then you don't have those examples to help you. You don't have those people to show you how money can be made. So, like, when I was growing up as a child, I was born in 1974. So when this was filmed, I'm currently 47. It was typical, because I'm from the working classes, as it was described, through the 70s, through the 80s, that you went out and got a job. You weren't expected to do great at school. Nobody had high expectations of you. Everyone's expectations of you were pretty low. There's a comedian called Mickey Flanagan, and he described this fantastically when he said that there was a kid at his school, and bearing in mind this is part of a comedy sketch, but there was a kid at his school whose ambition was to be a van driver. And he said, "Whoa, hold on there. We're the ones that load the van. We don't drive the vans." And again, that was the expectations of school. If you went to a comprehensive, a public school like I did, then that was, you were never expected to succeed. So you were never around people who had the skills to succeed. Whereas if you would come from a middle class or an upper middle class family or a wealthy family, these people were all lawyers, these people were accountants, these people were surveyors, architects, doctors. So they had a very different mentality of what to expect from their children. It's not that my parents ever tried to hold me down, but they were never high achievers. So if your environment is like that, where are you going to learn your skills from? And of course it's changed now because of the internet, because of social media, because of YouTube. And you can now learn the skills. You can now just become an entrepreneur. You can just describe yourself and say, "I am an entrepreneur." Be careful, that doesn't mean I'm unemployed. So the point that I'm trying to help you with is that although there is some importance that if you come from a certain environment, a certain background, you can believe you don't deserve it, it's too easy to fall into that trap of guilt as the reason why. And actually it's because if you were in a different environment, if you had been taught different skills, if you'd been taught how to achieve, if you'd have been taught how to succeed, if you'd have been around parents or mentors in an environment where you were already expected to do well, you went to a school that expected you to go on and become something, then you wouldn't know how to do anything else other than become that. So if you went to a school where everybody there had a father or mother had earned a six-figure salary minimum, then every household you go to, every kid at school that you're hanging around with, only knows people who earn six figures. They don't know labourers. They don't know manual workers, they don't know factory workers, they don't know shop workers, they don't know care workers. Everybody they know is in management, directors, CEOs. They only know how to be wealthy. That's the only way of life they know. It is normal for them. So they are taught certain skills from birth of entitlement, what to expect. And some of them fail miserably. But the thing is, all of these resources are now accessible for everybody. So if you can focus on not some idea that I'm not good enough, I don't feel worthy enough, and think, actually, what I can do is accumulate skills. I can become valuable. I can aim for the skies. I can aim for the stars. I can aim for the targets that I want. And what do those people do, and how do they do it? And this is very much what mindset coaching is about. It's deconstructing how you think and reconstructing it in a way that serves you. And this is what you want to be doing for yourself. What is it you're trying to achieve? Deconstruct how that might happen, and then reconstruct the way that you can do it.